Are you an aspiring leader who knows you have more to offer but you can't seem to get ahead? Do you frequently feel overwhelmed and under-supported? Listen to the Overcome to Become podcast as we talk about actionable tasks and mindsets that you can apply to begin leading yourself. Hi, my name is Angela Buckley, your host and author of the Strength in Nature Leadership Series. I'm a mother, consultant, triathlete, and author. In Overcome to Become, I share with you the science-backed and experience-proven lessons I've learned in my own leadership journey to beat burnout. Thanks for listening. Hi everyone, my name is Angela Buckley. Welcome back to the third episode of Overcome to Become, a leadership podcast series that is really aimed at helping you on your leadership journey, beginning first with self and then moving on to others. Today we are here to talk to you about SMART goals. Now, you've probably heard about SMART goals from time to time, and I want to put a little disclaimer right up here that you're going to hear a few episodes down the road how I'm not 100% behind goals that are so strict and so rigid that you can't get out from behind them. But SMART goals are very important. Setting goals are important. Dreams in the first step are very important. However, if you get to a point where they become so overwhelming or so directional and they no longer work for you, then we have an opportunity to adjust them. My name's Angela Buckley. I am the author and leader of Creatively Efficient, and I have written the leadership series called Strength in Nature. I am so happy to be here on this episode with you, and I am really, really excited to talk to you today about SMART goals. SMART goals. SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely or time-based. It really just depends on who wrote the words out today. But goals are an important part of our journey on leadership. They're an important part of our journey on improving anything, and really what I like to talk about is chasing excellence. A few years ago, I had a concussion. I was in a very severe car accident, and it took me 2 or 3 years to truly recover from this accident. And on my third year, I was able to get back to playing the piano. You will not very often hear me playing piano in public. It is not my superpower by any stretch of the imagination, but I still enjoy it. I was working on a Bach invention. It was not going well, and I was frustrated. And my child at the time was also taking piano lessons, and his piano teacher required him to memorize everything, and he memorized in sections. And he heard my frustration, and he came to the piano with a pencil and his little second grade handwriting, and he said, "Mommy, show me where it is." And I showed him the section that I was really struggling with, and he bracketed it out, and he gave me a date 2 weeks away, and he said, "Have these 2 measures memorized." First of all, that makes the mom heart proud that he was learning that from his piano teacher, and he was able to articulate it when I truly needed a little bit of a lift. Secondly, let's talk about what he just said. It was very specific. It was 2 measures of music. Right hand and left hand, he was very clear. It was measurable. 2 measures. He bracketed it out. He showed me exactly where to start and where to finish. Was it attainable? I say questionable, but was it? I only had this one assignment, not the 2 pages that I needed to be working on. I only had 2 measures in 2 weeks. It's pretty attainable, and it's certainly an assignment that he had been given many, many times. Was it relevant? Certainly. One of my goals was to be able to play this piece of music. It's a very challenging piece of music. Anytime you say the word Bach, the name Bach, you know you're in trouble, and there's going to be some hard work involved. So it was relevant to my goals, and it was timely. It was very time-based, right? I had exactly 2 weeks. He even wrote the dates on it. I still have that piece of music with his handwriting, and I will cherish that piece of music. I'm so grateful that my child had an opportunity to learn what SMART goals look like at a very young age, and he has been able to apply that throughout his life. Although, if I asked him what a SMART goal was, he would not be able to necessarily articulate specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. So today, we want to talk about what that looks like. Specific means something that you can describe, something that you can show for it. Maybe it means I'm going to drink 1 glass of water every single day. As a health goal, and as a goal that would be attainable to overcome the overwhelm, this is exactly what we're looking for, right? It's 1 glass, it's attainable, it's measurable, it's relevant to your health goals, and it's timely because you were saying 1 a day. Maybe you want to build up your water consumption and you're not accustomed to that. So perhaps next week your goal is 2 or 3. Building on that and having a specific journey associated with your growth is an important part of SMART goals. You'll hear many people talk about SMART goals when you are in business, but we don't always hear or learn about them when we're in the education system. I will say I have seen many, many changes in the education system in the last 20 and 30 years, and there are those people who are teaching it, and kudos to you and thank you. But for those of us who have been around for a while, maybe we did not have that exposure during classroom work. In business, people expect you to be able to set a SMART goal. It's an important part of leadership journey. When we talk about overcoming the overwhelm, it's an important part of getting our mind right. It's an important emotional part, emotional element of getting out of the overcome, because attainable can feel like such a big word sometimes. We do not have to just wake up one day and be better. We did not wake up one day and be bad. It just feels like that. And you'll hear some of the people giving testimony to, somehow I was overwhelmed, but I don't know how I got there. The analogy that we hear from time to time is when you have a frog in cold water and you turn it on to boil, they don't jump out. But if you put a frog in hot water, it jumps out immediately. It knows that it's hot. But if you acclimate it slowly, it doesn't realize it's in boiling water, literally. And this is sometimes what happens to us as busy professionals who want to give back, as busy parents who are busy caring for our wardens, our children, and the other people that are in our lives. Sometimes we're simply doing what needs to be done until at one moment we realize it's too much for one person. So making sure that we understand what attainable means to us and to our personal goals physically, emotionally, spiritually are very, very important. This is really all I had to share with you today on SMART goals. We will be hearing from an expert who really works in depth with people and setting their goals and aligning those goals to their visions, missions, somewhere down the road. And so I will leave their expertise to your waiting ears. Thank you for listening to me today. My name is Angela Buckley. I am the author and creator of Creatively Efficient, author of the leadership series, Strength and Nature. I look forward to sharing with you more about the tips that we have associated with Overcome the Overwhelm here in this podcast series, Overcome to Become. Thank you, and I look forward to talking to you next time. You've just concluded an episode of Overcome to Become, a leadership podcast focusing on leading yourself first. Thanks for listening. I'm Angela Buckley with Creatively Efficient, author of the Strength and Nature Leadership Series. Please help me to continue these series by writing a review wherever you prefer to listen. Thank you for your time and interest. I appreciate your support.